Good morning, everyone. Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. I'm out here bright and early today because I'm actually trying to beat the rain. It's coming later today. We've actually had quite a lot of rain this past week, which has been nice. It's been wonderful, but I've been itching to get outside. And so finally this morning it was dry enough that I'm able to get outside and get some planting done. And this morning my goal is to get these 3 pots in front of the metal workshop planted up. So these 3 pots I installed last, I think it was summer, maybe fall. And I have just been loving them, absolutely loving them ever since I put them back here, because it's taken this very kind of boring industrial barn / workshop and added a little bit of color and a little bit of life to it. And I just love the terracotta in front of it. Just the juxtaposition of the terracotta to the metal is just exactly what my property, like what my goal for my property is. I think it is so pretty and I love it. And I planted these green mountain thuyas in these big pots. And I'm hoping to leave them in forever. Like, I know I'm going to have to take them out eventually, but I'm so happy with them there. I would like them to stay here for a very long time. I don't know how long they're going to be able to last in these pots. They might start getting a little stressed out after a couple of years, but I'm hoping I can leave them in for as long as I can. And then I can underplant them with seasonal color, which is something that I love to do. So when I first put up these pots, I planted them with a fall mix and lots of fall colors, coleus, some sweet potato vines, some grasses, some super bells, and it looked really, really pretty. And then once I had to take that out for the winter, I put in these pink primrose, and I have loved these. I know pink isn't really a common color for winter, but I just love it because to me, it gives a pop of color, a bright color when there's no other color. Like, I could do white for the winter and that would look beautiful, but everything's kind of neutral, white, brown, green. And so having a little bit of pink really brought some joy to my life with these. So the primrose, they will technically be perennials for me. However, they're very similar to pansies or violas, in that it's the heat of the summer that will actually get them, as opposed to the cold of the winter. So they will technically overwinter in our climate, but sometimes we get so hot, it's just too much for them to handle, and they kind of just melt away, basically. So I have decided, I was going back and forth on whether or not I was going to keep these primrose and transplant them somewhere else. I think I am. I think I'm going to take them out and transplant them over by the chicken coop over here. Hopefully I can find a spot that I can plant. My soil is really, really poor over here right now, so that's why I'm worried about finding a spot that I can plant. Can you guys see the hummingbird? So pretty. I love it. So anyway, I'm hoping to find a spot over here, but it's this beautiful dappled shade all summer long with my Chinese pistache tree. So I thought it might be a really good spot for the primrose to try and over summer, and then hopefully they'll start blooming again next fall. But I'm not putting too much weight on it, just because I've tried this before with pansies and stuff like that, and it just hasn't worked. You know, sometimes it'll work, but sometimes it's just a complete fail. So I figure that I might as well try. I have some time today. Sometimes I don't even bother and I just toss them and appreciate them for a while. Appreciate the color for a while I had them, but I think this time I'm gonna transplant them just because I have so many of the same color, and I think it'll look really pretty and have a really big impact over by the chicken coop. So I get this question a lot for those of you who are locals. I got my pots from a place called Pottery World, which is a place just west of Vacaville, a town very close to me, and it's right off the freeway. They have so many pots there and pretty good prices too. I'm really, really happy with these. I like them a lot, and I'm planning to go back and get more. I actually might get these to put on either side of the stairs of my gazebo. I just love these pots so much. So if you want to get them, they're there. As for my annual plantings, I have to say one of my favorite things to do in the winter is to dream about what your annual combinations are going to be the upcoming season. And when I thought about this combination, oh my gosh, I was so excited about it. And I've been so excited to get these planted up ever since. I want to give credit to the primrose where credit's due. I really enjoyed these, but I was also so excited. It's always a hard thing to decide when it's time to take out your cool season annuals and put in your warm season annuals, because I like my warm season annuals to start growing very quickly, but I don't want to take away from the cool season annuals. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I digress. Let me tell you guys about this combination that I picked out. It's a very white, purple, silver combination, very dreamy. In the back, I'm going to be planting this unplugged white salvia. You can see I have a bud right here. This is a new plant for Proven Winners, and it is definitely a winner. I have planted unplugged blue before. Very, very pretty. This one just has a beautiful white bloom, and I planted it in my orchard garden last year, and it performed absolutely beautifully. I loved it. With that, I am going to be planting another new plant, which is the new supertunia. I just planted a ton of supertunia pink in my zigzag planter, and I had to complement that with some supertunia tiara blue. Sorry, I should have said tiara pink. This is tiara blue, and it's called tiara because it has a white eye and it fades out to the color. So it almost, it like sparkles from far away, and thus the tiara name. I just think that they are so pretty. I always say the tiara pink is way more vigorous than the tiara blue, but I think tiara blue will be absolutely perfect for a container. It'll stay a little bit more contained. Still going to get huge, but it'll stay a little bit more contained. Then for some more sparkle, I have Diamond Frost Euphorbia, and I think this plant is going to absolutely love it here with the heat of the metal workshop and the terracotta. I think it's just going to be so happy here, and I think that that will bring in a really great texture for these other two kind of bold plants. And then for some silver color to contrast the green, we have Dichondra Silver Falls, and that you just cannot go wrong with. It's a beautiful plant, and I'm so excited to see this combination kind of grow together. I just think it's going to be so pretty. So given that I just filled up these pots with brand new potting soil last fall, I'm not going to actually replace the potting soil right now. I'm just going to plant these in the potting soil and use some starter fertilizer and also some slow release plant food from Proven Winners, so that the soil will get some nice yummy stuff right away, and then also have a slow release as the heat comes and I water these pots. And I do water these pots a lot. You can see the water has kind of spilled out. They just got watered this morning. Being that they're next to the metal workshop where it's really hot with the metal, and they're terracotta, they need a lot of water. Got all the primrose planted, and it looks gorgeous, and I'm so glad I didn't throw these away. That was mainly thanks to Shae. She gave me the help. Thank you, Shae. Yeah. You did a good job. Thanks. Are you going to keep helping me out in the garden? Yeah. You're awesome. Yay, helper. So I don't know. I'm hoping these will last. I'm going to hook these up to drip just to make sure that they get plenty of drip. It's just, like I said, it's just the heat that I'm a little bit worried about. But at least I should get another month or so of color out of them over by the chicken coop, which I think the chickens will enjoy. And I think we are going to enjoy it. All right, so primrose are just around the corner over there. Now we have these 3 pots that look naked and they need some color. Before I put the color in, I realized I forgot to tell you guys the stats on these. First of all, the unplugged white, this one can get up to 2 feet tall. Now, when I grew it in my garden last year, it never got up to 2 feet tall. I don't even think at the end of the season. So I would say plan on this one being closer to 1 foot tall. Maybe a couple of the bloom spikes got close to 2, but really I would say plan on it being closer. And if you want to keep it short, you can obviously pinch it as well. This Dichondra Silver Falls, we all know this one. This is going to not be high. This is just going to spill over the edge, and you really only need one of these to really make quite a statement. The Supertunia Tiara Blue, this can get up to 12 inches tall, 1 foot tall. And then it says it can get up to 2 feet wide, but I think it's more like 1 foot wide for this one. And then same thing for the Diamond Frost Euphorbia, about 1 foot tall and 1 foot wide, I would say. So these pots are definitely going to be full, but I love that look. I think it's going to be so pretty, and I'm really excited about the combination. I get a lot of questions. People ask me, how do you know when to put in slow release? How do you know when to put in starter fertilizer? You kind of think about starter fertilizer is for the health of the soil. It has a lot of mycorrhizal fungi in it, and it just helps root development. The other stuff, the slow release stuff, is really just food for the plants. So that would be for like annuals. But honestly, if you have a slow release or an organic fertilizer, you're not going to burn the roots because they are released slowly into the soil. So you really can't go wrong. Just as long as you give them something to eat, they're going to be happy. Oh my goodness. These look so good already. They look so good. I love them. What do you think, sweetheart? You really like them? They are so gorgeous, Shae. Shae, how did you learn to garden so well? Oh, I did I? You are very good. You can even get the plant out of the pot the right way. I'm very impressed. And I'm very impressed with these pots. Man, I love them. So to recap, we have Dichondra Silver Falls. We have Tiara Blue Supertunia, the new Supertunia. You'll find these at your garden centers. I already saw this at my local garden center the other day, which is really exciting. Diamond Frost Euphorbia, which I told you guys this before. I'm not super familiar with that plant, as in I haven't really grown it enough, but I've had so many people tell me how wonderful it is in my climate, our warm climate. So I'm excited about trying it this year. And then of course the unplugged white salvia that I know are going to do great. Yes, I did pack them in to this pot, but I'm going to fertilize them every week. I think they're going to love the heat off of the metal workshop, and I think they're going to be beautiful. I'm super, super excited. So that's going to be it for gardening today. Thank you. Yeah. It makes it go so much faster. And it's way more fun when you're out here helping me. So thank you, sweetheart. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.